Good morning. I hope you guys are having a wonderful start to your Monday, wonderful start to the work week. It's been pretty dry for at least a good portion of the morning, but kind of starting to see a little cloud cover as we look at the shoals here. Some of us are making our way up to those 80s. We'll kind of sit around the high end 80s today. Looks like we're going to get some rain cooled air before getting into the afternoon good. We're going to see some rain chances by that point as well. So that's going to keep us a little cooler today. We do have a couple of rain chances kind of sprinkled in and around parts of the valley. Looks like little rain showers headed toward the Russellville area. So just passing Hamilton as of about an hour or so ago. So nice and comfortable conditions out the door so far. But as we get into the back half of the day, we'll start to see those rain chances kind of peak a little bit for the afternoon hours. So walking through it hour by hour, dry for now, decent breeze outside as well. So that's pretty nice. There's been a couple of days, the past couple of days have had a decent breeze to go along with our mornings into our afternoons. So it's been nice that even though it is a little on the hotter side, we have had a nice breeze every now and again. So taking you through the rest of your day, though, we'll continue to see an opportunity for cooler air to move through early in the afternoon, and then rain chances will start to pop up closer to 1 and 2 o'clock this afternoon. So looks like right outside of Moore County, Fayetteville area in Tennessee, and then some of our southern communities will also see a passing shower this afternoon. Then we'll start to see it become a little more widespread as we go through the back half of our afternoon, closer to 4 and 5 o'clock. Wind starts to pick up a little bit there too. You can see that green in and around some of the areas north of our communities. So we'll start to see those 70s kind of fall back into line closer to the 4 and 5 o'clock hours. So as you make your commute home, especially for our eastern communities, it'll be a cooler evening, especially with some rain chances every now and again. So we'll continue to watch for rain chances overnight. Then Tuesday's rain chance is the one that's a little bit tricky for us to pin down. Here's the thing. It looks like, as you can see here, it's going to remain north for most of the morning. However, that does cover a couple of our Tennessee counties. I believe that's Giles and Lawrence County as well. I believe it's also Franklin. But these counties will see the bulk of the rain chances from tomorrow morning. The thing is, there's an opportunity that we could see some of these showers fall a little south. And if they don't fall as far south as we planned, looks like it's going to be a dry day. There's an opportunity that we could see a stray shower coming off of this, so we at least have a 20% chance in there just in case. And even still, it's going to be the northernmost counties of Alabama. Not expecting it to reach all the way down to Coleman and, even all the way down to DeKalb. We'll see a pop-up shower every now and again closer to the afternoon, but the bulk of the rain chances that are happening in the morning and in the early hours of the day, we're expecting those to stay on the northern end. So if you're in our southern communities, looking like Coleman, Albertville, Phil Campbell, Moulton even, lots of those folks will not see a rain chance for tomorrow. So keep that in mind. Looks like it's going to trend further north. So Wednesday looks like we'll pick it back up, and I'll show you on our 10-day what the expectations are for the rest of this week. We'll stay in those 80s like I mentioned today, just because we do have some of that rain-cooled air in and around some of the valley. So it's going to make it hard for us to reach that originally forecasted 90 that we had about like a day or two ago. So we walked it back to about 88. Looks like a lot of us will stay in that 86 to 88 range anyhow. There will be some opportunities that some folks will get knocked back down into those upper 70s, as we saw on that hour by hour. So you could have a moment where you step outside to go grab lunch, because we're supposed to be seeing those showers closer to the 1 and 2 o'clock hours. You step outside, you go get lunch. It's nice, feeling like 80. Rain sweeps through. You walk back to work and you're like, it's a little cooler outside. That's what's going on. Rain-cooled air. Love it. So we'll see those rain chances throughout a good portion of the afternoon. Dries up later on tonight, gives us some low end 70s before the night is over. Nice and cool, but we'll continue to see some opportunities for humidity to rise through the next couple of days. We go from comfortable to possibly oppressive by Wednesday. You see, we've got a 60% chance here. So thunderstorms are pretty possible for Wednesday. Right now, not deeming most of that as severe, but we could see some strong thunderstorms rolling through the area. One of our concerns is possible flooding. So we're looking into that as best as possible since we are still about 2 days out. We do like to make sure that we are thoroughly planning for you all. We'll let you know what we decide together as a team. But as we get to the back half of this week, we'll go into those low in 80s by Thursday. Thunderstorms will still be kind of prevalent going into your Thursday. However, we're expecting them to be a little more scattered in nature. Wednesday looks like it's just going to be a swath of overall rain chances. So out the door today, expecting those temperatures to stay around those upper 80s for the afternoon. And, you know, this kind of looks, it's not the normal stair step that we're used to, the even up and down of all of that. Not that normal look, because we do have some of that rain cooled air that's going to keep us at a level point with our temperatures for the day. So keep that in mind as well. So let's see. There we go. I was like, where's Max? Alrighty. So potential rainfall will pick up as we go through the rest of this week. Looks like we want to, I should change this on the bottom. Whoopsies. But looks like those rain chances will walk back around Friday and Saturday, giving us some drier conditions by this weekend. We have a 20% chance of rain on Saturday. Not everyone will see rain by that point, but we will be in the mid 80s across the weekend. Lows tapping at the 50s. Feeling like fall, right? Exciting. But as we get to Sunday, it's going to be gorgeous, beautiful sunshine all around. Not too many clouds so far in the forecast and not a drop of rain. So let's hope and pray that that's where we're going to sit. We're starting to feel like fall, thankfully, to some of those rain chances. But I'm hoping that I can ask these rain opportunities to do just a touch more for us by giving us those fall conditions, but also helping out our drought monitor here. You can see it's a couple communities that are just in that moderate level of dryness. Lots of us still in abnormally dry levels. Now, this isn't a major issue. It's only when we get to the reds that it's kind of a concern, but it's not really a major issue because we are kind of dry toward the mid and back half of September. So this is a little bit of a norm for us. However, the drought monitor just kind of lets us know, like, hey, it's probably time for rain. So it just kind of helps us forecast things a little better, and also just kind of keeping things on deck and at the forefront of your mind for a lot of our farmers, folks that do agriculture work, just keeping that in mind for their forecasting as far as their jobs go. So yeah, we all have to help each other out sometimes, but hopefully we start to see these rain chances knock that down just a tad. So again, fall starts officially today at 1:19 to be very specific, but we will have the opportunity to see those low end 80s closer to the back half of this week. So it will still start out warm for the first half. As you can see here, we'll be in the mid and upper 80s for the next couple of days. But that rain chance on Wednesday, it's kind of intensified by cold front moving through, and you'll notice we take that plunge from 86 to 80. And then our highs drop into those low end 60s before dropping into the upper 50s by the weekend. So those opportunities for cooler conditions will come by force of the cold front moving through. And it looks like at first we wanted it to move through a little earlier, but it starts to push back just a little bit. So we'll see that move in closer to late Wednesday evening into Thursday morning. So we'll start out a little cooler on Thursday, and you won't really notice the major difference between 89 to 86, but you'll notice it when we go to 80. So thankfully it'll start to feel like fall pretty soon. Super excited about that. But looking ahead to the following work week though, rain chances will start to fall off by Saturday. We'll get that last little opportunity for some rain in the valley, and then once we get to Sunday, it'll be nice, dry, gorgeous conditions for the next couple of days following that. We will warm back up into the mid 80s, but you can see it doesn't really go beyond 85. So it'll be nice, gorgeous temperatures, wonderful weather by that point. But we just got to push through some of these rain chances, which we need the rain, you know. So I'll take what rain we can get for now, and then we'll have another dry week as of the moment. We'll see how things decide to change from now into the next 8 to 9 days. So yeah, with that being said, Hope you have a wonderful start to your work week, a wonderful rest of your Monday, and make sure you keep those umbrellas on standby this week. We've got those rain chances hanging around for lots of our afternoons. So, alrighty, have a good one.